CMD Boxing Reports, Ronell Hig reporting here, and I am back at it for the boxing fanatics. All right, so starting off with the year 2019, we have some pretty good fights, or supposedly pretty good fights coming up. We have Broner versus Pacquiao. We have Mikey Garcia versus Earl Spence. We have Terrence Crawford versus Amir Khan. And you know what? All three of these fights are all on pay-per-view. Now, I could remember about a few months ago, all right, early and like late in 2018, when the apps, the Zone and ESPN started popping off, everyone was saying that pay-per-view is dead. Okay, it's going to be no more pay-per-view. It's history. And that's what the future says. Excuse me. The future said the stuff is history. All right. So here we are now in the future, and we're starting off the year of 2019 with pay-per-view fights. Okay, and the question is any of these fights pay-per-view worthy? Now, for the Amir Khan versus Terrence Crawford, and I think that's still a possible fight. Okay, I mean, some say, that it's already being made. It's going to kick off in April, and then I'm hearing that it's just possible. It's not really made yet. They're still going through negotiations and whatnot. Most likely, it'll be made if it hasn't been made already. But with Terrence Crawford being put on like ESPN, he has a contract with them. I think that fight is, ESPN Plus. Okay. That means maybe that's what they're talking about when they say ESPN pay-per-view. Maybe they're talking about putting it on the app. I mean, I hope they should. I hope they would. It'll make sense. Why be signed to ESPN and, be a part of the ESPN Plus app, but yet you're going to have a fight on pay-per-view? Now, I don't know, maybe okay, the apps are still brand new. Maybe, they're not getting like a whole lot of views like they should, over here in the US. Because from what I'm hearing, guys like Anthony Joshua, I heard that he's not doing any more pay-per-view. Like all his fights will be on the app, the Zone app. And Oscar De La Hoya, well, then again, we over here in the States, he says, he's saying that pay-per-view is dead. Most likely, of course, all Canelo's, his fight will be on the Zone app. But I don't know. I can't say it's dead. I understand that the apps, are new, but we still have pay-per-view here. Okay, like I said, only one fight, should be on the app, and that's with the Terrence Crawford and Amir Khan fight. All right, I don't think that fight is pay-per-view worthy for real. Now, I understand that Amir Khan, all right, he's going to have some problems with Terrence Crawford, or I'm sorry, let's say Terrence Crawford is going to have some problems with Amir Khan. That's what I meant to say. And people are going to be comparing Terrence Crawford fight with Amir Khan against the Danny Garcia, the PBC fighter and whatnot. And the only reason why is because them two were supposed to fight, or they was at each other's necks. What I'm saying? If we all remember, the stuff that his dad was saying, my son will knock the naps out of your head, this, that, and the third. And then Crawford had offered Danny Garcia another fight, like $3 million or so. And everything just went up in the air again between those two, right? So yeah, they're going to be comparing it. They're going to say, well, Danny Garcia knocked out Amir Khan in such and such a time, and Crawford, he went the full distance. Because, on the real, all right, styles makes fights, okay? Danny Garcia is more like a slugger, like I wouldn't say a boxer, more like a slugger, brawler, while Amir Khan is more like a pure boxer who turns into a boxer puncher when he's comfortable and feels that his opponent can't do no more to him. He's going for the kill. So, what Terrence Crawford does, he's similar to like Floyd Mayweather. He'll like break you down, down the stretch, and then he'll go for the kill. All right. So see, styles makes fights, Terrence Crawford, he'll take his time, study this guy, and, take him, take it from there. Okay. He's not going out there swinging with vengeance. Okay. He's not going out there to try to knock the guy's head off. All right. Now I remember when Lamont Peterson had fought Amir Khan, and he was, swinging with all his might, and he just couldn't hurt Amir Khan. But I'm pretty sure Terrence Crawford will. And if he does stop him, like I said, it'll probably be like in the later rounds. And yes, Crawford will be judged off that. All right. And, judging by Amir Khan's, like, his last performance and whatnot, nah, I understand he won the fight, but Amir Khan, he's not the Amir Khan from 3, 5, 6 years ago. Okay. Now, if he was the same as that guy, then yeah, this fight will be, very interesting to watch. It'll be pay-per-view worthy. Now, for Broner and Pacquiao, another interesting fight, but is it pay-per-view? Excuse me. Is it pay-per-view worthy? No. Look, we have a has-been. Okay. I understand that Pacquiao had won against Lucas Matthysse, but Lucas Matthysse didn't even look like, in his last fight. He looked at like crap. All right. We all know Lucas Matthysse is not the same Lucas Matthysse before he fought Danny Garcia. Okay. That dude is long gone. All right. When he won that vacant title, a lot of people didn't think he deserved it. I didn't, think he had deserved that title. Okay. Like this whole thing was like a setup, I love boxing, but the politics behind it, nah. Now, yeah. All right. So Pacquiao, yeah, he is a has-been. I hate to say it. He's not that same dude he used to be. Right. 10 years ago. Okay. And with Broner, all right, Broner, he's only exciting before the fight. Okay. When the fight is, popping off during the fight, he's a dead man. He's alive and popping before the fight, with all the antics, all his, trash talking. But as soon as that bell ring, he's a dead man. Okay. He's nothing like the guy at the press conference. All right. So I don't know. A lot of people is picking him to win. I really don't know. It's up in the air. I would pick a winner. I would say Adrian Broner, but for real, man, it really is up in the air. I really don't know who's going to show up, with Adrian Broner. So that's why I'm saying, I don't know. I can't see Pacquiao, pulling it off. But then again, if the same Adrian Broner that showed up against Mikey Garcia and Adrian Granados, Pacquiao has a chance. Now with Errol Spence and Mikey Garcia, it's definitely not pay-per-view worthy. Okay. That fight there, all right, we have a little man moving up to face the big man. But, let me say something about that. I remember when Roy Jones had moved up to take on John Ruiz, okay, when he had left the light heavyweight division to face, the IBF. I think he was IBF heavyweight champion of the world, John Ruiz, at that time. And that was pay-per-view. And I don't know, a lot of people didn't think that it was worth it because, it wasn't like he was fighting Lennox Lewis or so. But I got the helicopter flying over my head. But I don't know. With this fight here, okay, both these guys are undefeated. That's true. Okay. The thing is this. How I feel about this fight. Mikey Garcia is not like moving up to face Errol Spence for a financial reason. He really did see something in Errol Spence. Okay. it's not like Earl Spence is Oscar De La Hoya, where guys move up, to fight this dude to get financial gain. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, Earl Spence is not making 40 million or 80 million a fight. And Mikey Garcia, he's not going to get paid like 10, 20 million to fight. It's not for the money, okay? It's for the hype. You see, Mikey Garcia has seen something in Earl Spence. However, a lot of other fans, they're now seeing the same thing Mikey Garcia is seeing. So with him moving up to expose Earl Spence, okay, because everyone's blinded by all the hype. This right here should basically make Mikey Garcia, it should push him up in the star rankings, okay? He should be up there like in the top pound for pound and everything. But really, he just, taking on a guy who's considered a hype job. I mean, for real. I mean, Earl Spence, he's a good fighter, but he's not great. He doesn't fight at championship level, okay? He doesn't understand the game or the system of being hit and not being hit, like a lot of these guys don't. Mikey Garcia noticed that his timing is way better than Earl Spence's. His footwork is way more better than Earl Spence's, while Earl Spence is flat-footed. Yeah, Earl Spence, he's good with, cutting off the ring, but Mikey Garcia has a plan for that. He's pretty slick, okay? I mean, the guy is, he's pretty quick on his feet. He's pretty swift, you feel? So Mikey Garcia, he sees all this, and a lot of other fans, they don't, all right? I mean, or a lot of boxing fans, they don't see it, all we see is the hype. Right? Well, I sees it. I mean, and that body shot, everyone keeps talking about the body shot, what he did with Ocampo. Really, man, that looked a little low, okay? A little below the border, right? But, yeah, man, like this whole thing here of 2019, the 3 fights that's starting off here for the year 2019 are very questionable. None of them are like really pay-per-view worthy. Some of them are just, hype jobs. One guy, he has to, take a fight whoever he can get because, no one else wants to fight him. So he has to do his best. And I'm talking about Terrence Crawford here. All right. So anyway, I'm not trying to make this video that long. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to end it right here. CMD Boxing Reports, Rona here reporting here. And I'll catch you on the next one.